Well, hello. We are going to continue to measure some lengths in lesson 12 for today. Nobody joined me on Zoom today with any questions about math, so I'm assuming you guys are doing pretty well on math. I saw McKenna and Sabrina today. They've been kicking butt. You know who else has been also kicking butt? Abigail, and I want to show you Abigail's paper right now. So check out Abigail's paper. And you can tell she measured the tape and the glue stick at the very top, which is what we did yesterday. And she measured them perfectly because she either used her thumb, her fat thumb, or her biggest finger, or she could have used pennies, or she could have used, what else did we talk about yesterday? Pennies, thumb, or counting cubes. So maybe she used them, I'm not sure, but all of her answers are right. The tape was very, very long, and the glue stick was kind of short, but depending on what she used. I'm not sure if she used her thumb, her cubes, or pennies. So today we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to continue measuring. And Abigail, thumbs up, did a really, really nice job on this yesterday. So let's get back to our math. And I'm going to pause it in a second just so you can go get your stuff ready. And I would love it, love it, love it if you can either get your thumb ready with your pencil, if you have one, or your crayon, or your marker, or a colored pencil, or your supplies. If you don't have your thumb, then try finding some pennies. Or if you have some counting cubes or you made some cubes that are about the size of a penny, then go get those right away. And I will join you back here for lesson 12.4 so we can get started. And we're back. Our class is in session. As you can hear that bell saying, let's get started. So it says, use cubes to measure the length and the height of the poster. Well, there's our poster. It looks like an alien or something like that. And I don't have any cubes, so I'm going to use my pennies again. It says, tell whether the poster is longer, which is, or taller, which is, so we have to measure which one's taller or longer. And it says, how do you know? So that's what we're going to discuss. So let's get ready, right to it. Let's measure the poster. So you can get your thumb, your penny, or your counting cubes ready. And let's measure our poster. Well, at the very bottom, I got 1 penny, 2 pennies, 3 pennies at the bottom. And let's see how tall this is. 1 penny, 2 pennies, 3 pennies, 4 pennies, and it looks like about 5 pennies. Now, my tracing isn't very neat, and I understand that. It's really hard to trace pennies on the computer without double touching it. So there goes my pennies, or my counting cubes, or my thumbs. And let's see, we have our bottom is 1, 2, 3. That's called our length because it goes this way. How long is it? Our poster is 3 units long, or 3 pennies long. And let's see how tall it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pennies long. So is our poster longer or taller? Which number is larger or greater? Perfect. So we're going to say the poster is taller. Now, I might need you to pause this so you can write it in a little bit neater than me. I'm going to say the poster is taller than it is longer. And that might be a little bit confusing. And we have to think about the question that says, how do you know? Well, duh. If we were in class, I'd say, how did you guys know? And I'm sure I'd probably get an answer saying, hello, Mr. B, didn't we just measure it? And I would say, of course, we just measured it. How do we know? Because 5 is taller than 3. Or 5 is greater than 3. And that's what we had discussed in class. So I will see you on the next page. Get your supplies ready. And the bell's about to ring, so I'll see you next page. Oh, there it went. Bye-bye for now. All right, and we're back. If you're ready, let me hear you say, I'm ready. SpongeBob? All right, SpongeBob is ready, and it says, find each object in your classroom. Oh, that makes me a little bit sad because we're not in the classroom right now. So I'm going to need you to either just follow along with me or go find these things in your house. And it says, find each object in your classroom and measure the length with cubes. Well, I don't have any cubes. I have my pennies, my thumb, and that is it. So I'm going to measure this bookshelf on the paper because I'm not in the classroom. If you want to go measure your bookshelf, then go measure it. But for now, I'm just going to measure this one. All right, I got my pennies all lined up. 1, 2, 3, 4. So our bookshelf is probably very, very long in the classroom, but on this page, it's only about 4 cubes long, or 4 units long, or 4 pennies, or 4 thumbs long. And if we were measuring our desks, oh man, they would be really, really long and be a lot of cubes. But for now, I'm just going to measure the decimal on the paper, which is 1 penny, 2 pennies. So the desk is about 2 cubes or 2 units long. Then which one is longer? That's right, the bookshelf. And how do you know? Because we just measured it. 4 units is greater than 2 units. So we're going to say the bookshelf is longer. You might need to pause this so you can write it nice and neatly, because I am taking up way too much space. What kind of word is bookshelf? Bookshelf. Yeah, compound word. Way to go. Tying in some language arts. All right, you finish writing that. Pause it if you need to, and I'll see you on question number 4 on the next page. All right, I'm going to leave you to this page independently all by yourself. You what? You heard me. I'm going to let you do this page all by yourself. It says find each object in your classroom. So your classroom right now is at home. So I need you to try finding something that looks like a calendar, a table, a chair, and a trash can, and then measure it using your pennies or your cubes. And you can measure it. You can measure how long it is or how tall it is. It's up to you. And then write in the numbers. So that is going to be really tough to do independently. I understand. Because down below for number 8, it says you have to put them in from shortest to tallest. So whenever you're all the way finished, you have to see which one was the smallest number of cubes or the shortest. And then you have to go all the way to the tallest one. So you have to go from smallest to biggest. And you can do this page independently all by yourself. I know it's a lot to do, but I'm here for you. Maybe this is my way of saying, hey, if you want some help, get on Zoom. I'm here to help you. We can do this whole page together if you want to. You can just walk me around your house on the iPad and I'll help you measure things. Or if it's outside of office hours, then just call me, text me. And I'm here for you, okay? Me, Mr. Nichols, and Miss Mitchell, we're all here for you. Oh, and Abigail, Sabrina, keep up the good work. McKenna, it's beautiful outside. I saw your porch today. So let's keep up the good work and maybe do some work out there on the porch in the sun. All right, I'm going to zoom over to number 9. Pause this because this might take you a little bit of a while. And if you can't find a calendar, then find a book. If you can't find a big chair, find a baby chair. If you can't find a table, then measure something that's a rectangle or a square, like a table, like an end table or a bookshelf. And then a trash can, those are sometimes pretty dirty. So if you don't want to measure the dirty one, then you can use, you can draw a picture of one, or you can measure something that's like a garbage can, maybe like a bag or a cabinet in the kitchen or a bowl in the kitchen or something like that. I'll see you on number 9. Please, please, please try your best to do this, and I'll see you on number 9.
Hello, it's me.
Mr. B, I'm right here. So, because I made you do all those ones on the last page all by yourself, we're going to do number 9 and 10 together. So let's get ready to follow where it says model. And usually model means draw a picture of something. So guess what? We have to do that. Draw a line that is longer than 2 cubes, but shorter than 6 cubes. Then use cubes to measure. Okay, so I'm going to draw a line. Boop. And then I'm going to try measuring it with a different color, I think. 1, 2. It's only 2. I got to start over because that's not more than 2. All right, it's got to be longer than 2. All right, now let's try measuring again. Get a different color here so we don't get confused. There goes my pennies. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, that's longer than 2, but is it shorter than 6? 1, 2, 3, 4. It is shorter than 6. My line is about how many units long? You can shout it out. Go ahead. Come on, put your hands down. Just shout. I can't hear you. All right, come on, go work. It is 4 cubes or 4 units long. Now remember, if I was doing this in class and I didn't have cubes, I would say my line is about 4 pennies long because I don't have any cubes. Or you can say 4 units or 4 thumbs. Let's do the same thing on number 10 where it says model. Draw a tower that is taller than 3 cubes but shorter than 6 cubes. Now it says taller, which means we need to go up and down, not longer, not left and right, not horizontal. We have to go vertical. Draw a tower that is taller than 3 but shorter than 6. All right, let's see if I can do it. I'm going to start way over here. I'm going to go. Let's see how that looks. All right, there goes our line. Get my pennies out. I'm going to switch colors so I don't confuse anybody. Here we go. I got my penny. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to stop. Let's make our line a little bit longer. There we go. Whoops. There goes our line. And let's try doing one more penny in there. 4, 5. All right. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it says we had to measure it, so we know it's 5. Our tower is about 5 units long. Now it had to be taller than 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, it is, but shorter than 6. And yes, it is, because 5 is less than 6, but it's greater than 3. So that was pretty tricky. I hope you paused it so you can slow Mr. B down if I ever get going too fast. And I will see you on the higher order thinking question down below. All right, and we're back with some elevator music. Should get us nice and calmed down and ready to finish our paper with a higher order thinking question. And it says, for item 9, could you have more than one correct answer? Explain. Ruh-roh, I already erased my answer, but I kind of remember what I drew. I drew a line that was 4 pennies long. So let's think about that. For item 9, could you have more than one correct answer? Yes or no? What do you think? Now, the directions said it had to be longer than 2, but shorter than 6. And we wrote 4. But could we have wrote another number? Yeah, we could have. Remember, I started with the 2 line there. And I had to start over because it wasn't greater than 2. It wasn't longer than 2. And I got 4 for my next answer, which was correct. But what if I would have made it 5 pennies long? Would that have still worked? Yeah, it would have, because it was shorter than 6 cubes. So, could you have had more than one correct answer? Yes, for sure. I know, because now I'm writing really big so you can see on your iPads, but you don't have to write this big. Yes, I know, because we could write 5. Period. Now you pause it and you finish writing that, and then I'm going to jump over to number 12, which is our test question. It says measure the green line and write the number. So this is kind of like a test question. If you get this right, then you kind of understand what's going on in the chapter. If you don't get this right, maybe I can do some extra measuring with you or play some measuring games with you. Good luck. And I can't wait to see what you wrote down for our test question. And when you're all the way finished with your test question, you're supposed to do some homework actually on the next page. So at school, if we were in our books, we'd have already ripped this out, so you wouldn't have saw this till you got home. But it says find some pennies, woohoo, and measure a shoe, a shirt, a spoon on the front. And on the back, it's a little bit trickier because it wants you to measure a crayon, a book, and some jelly or some sort of condiment with pennies. And then it says a higher order thinking question, which is which of the following objects is the longest? Which is the shortest? Then you have to write down how you know. And then you have to measure the height of the rectangle, not the length, the height. And that will be your homework tonight. I'm here for you if you need any help. Let me know if you do, and I'll talk with you soon. Miss you guys very, very much. My Ari, I haven't seen you in a while. Keep with the good word, Duncan. I haven't seen you in a while. Come on, Johnson. We got this, buddy. I'll see you guys soon, all right? Bye-bye.